You don't have to add value financially.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be a sweet speaker.
No.
You don't have to know how to do sweet tech stuff.
Yeah.
We're asking whatever gifts God bless you with to try to bless us with.
Yeah.
And that's what all of us have done.
This week, our show is brought to you by Clare Bank. For all our entrepreneurs and small business owners, if you're generating over $10,000 a month in revenue, we have an extremely special offer for you. Find out how you can receive Clare Bank Capital by getting your 20-minute term sheet at clarebank.com/success. That's CLEARBANC.com/success. This episode is also brought to you by our partner in crime, Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, green juice, can supercharge your life, restore that glow, and help you feel decades younger in just 30 seconds per day without having to worry about shopping for ingredients, mixing and blending them, and then cleaning up afterwards. All ingredients are USDA organic, vegan-friendly, and made without GMO ingredients, gluten, or soy. Where else can you get superfoods like chlorella, moringa, spirulina, wheatgrass, ashwagandha, and turmeric, just to name a few? So make sure you guys check it out at www.organifi.com/success. That's ORGANIFI.com/success. And now to today's show.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
What it do, y'all? What's going on?
Dr. Thomas in the building.
Good to be back.
DT, you sound refreshed,
Right.
my friend. And we also have Professor Jamal King in the building.
Professor X.
back.
Yeah. Little known fact, Jamal's middle name is Thomas.
Look at that. Look at the connection.
Hey,
I'm a D now. I'm a T now.
Hey, I want to. We as you can see, we haven't changed much because we actually just came back from an event, and the last one was so heavy that we had to come back and just recap and kind of just take it a little further, but maybe in a more cuddly way. You know what I'm saying? I'm an eye now. Okay, but I wanted to start off with a couple of date fair files that I've had in the last few weeks. Okay, so if y'all can help me with this. So, my wife and I have decided, hey, we need to do more days, nights, you know what I'm saying? Just in general.
Focus time.
Intentional.
So I have two.
Whose idea was it?
I'm a D now. So anyway, so we decide, hey, we're gonna try these dates. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we 10 years in the game. We trying to, you know what I'm saying, keep it spicy. Mm-hmm. So we decided, one, that we were gonna try some other stuff because she said she couldn't go to the movies with me anymore, right? And she said, I'm not going to the movies with you because you always fall asleep.
No doubt. No doubt.
And I do. That's the truth. Like, I can't even, like, we trying to watch Power, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like, I could be it. You know,
I'm a witness.
Not a question.
I'm a witness.
Oh, he know. Maul know I will fall out. If I get in a comfortable chair with some AC, that's it.
As soon as Power come on, C lose all his power.
All my power. All my power gone. So anyway, so she like, I'm not going to the movies with you. I was like, let's go to the movies. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to go see Joker or something like that. She like, I'm not going to the movies with you because you always fall asleep. But I was trying to figure out, okay, seriously, fair or foul? Like, what does me falling asleep as long as we at the movie together? I'm saying, what does me watching the actual movie have to do with anything? Because I'm saying,
what's love got to
we
do
drive
with it?
to the movies, we get the popcorn, you know what I'm saying? We hit the little popcorn, hold hands
But you
for a
can't
minute.
discuss the movie.
I take a 30, 40-minute siesta. I bounce right back. You know what I'm saying?
Before the end of the game.
No, I'm saying, for real. I come back before the end enough to catch up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, boom, boom, boom. End of the movie.
Everybody lived.
Everybody, you know, I see exactly where it's going enough to have a conversation about it. She
it.
like, that's not fun if you sleep and I'm awake. I said, what? You we at the movies together. And
Well,
it's
you know, I ain't
dark.
got nothing to say. I fell asleep at the playoff game with Houston.
That is
Oh,
true.
CP3 brothers.
No,
said,
literally.
I was knocked
game?
out.
At the game.
At the game.
Sleep.
Knocked
yeah.
out.
I'm talking about knocked out.
He getting that good sleep too.
Knocked out.
Oh,
I
good
got
sleep.
up during the fourth quarter with like 3 minutes, 2-3 minutes left.
That's
when
what
they
they
won.
count.
People
Yeah,
was
see?
looking around like, man, he must be super drunk. But yeah, no. So am I fair or foul for being like, yo, let's
Foul.
still go to the
Yeah,
movies?
Foul.
Yeah, foul.
Yeah, it's all foul.
It's foul.
Foul? You got to stay awake.
I mean, because you got to talk about the movie afterwards. You got to discuss it,
And
bro.
then if you sleep, though, I'm there by myself, kind of, in a
Not
way.
really.
Yeah.
You can still hold my hand. You know what I'm saying?
But you're not holding mine, though.
holding
No, I felt it you just nod off. Hey, somebody sent me a meme and said, you know you old. You fall asleep. Just be straight out of there.
Why somebody talking?
Resting on your own chest space. You know what I'm saying? Just, the other one was, okay, so we've been doing this thing where, you know, we're going to go get massages together.
That's good.
Okay,
100%.
That's
now they
good.
asked when we went to do this,
Yeah, no question.
am I okay
With a dude.
with a male masseuse?
Yeah.
foul.
And I said, absolutely not.
All foul.
And to which she was like, hold on, player. She was
You're
like,
getting a female, right?
yeah, of course.
Okay, so I'm clueless,
No, listen. So I said, oh yeah, no. Put that in my bio. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, I don't know whatever. I was filling out they had the app, you know, when
Yeah.
you get there, they got
No
a
question.
iPad. They
No
keep you a
question.
little, you know, they know
Your
it was
history.
deep tissue.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
your
All of
history.
that. So it said, do you, you know, is it a certain set? You could check male, female, other. And so I just checked the female. Like I'm going, you know, I'm not going with the I don't care. My wife checked, it don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? She
No
like
question.
just whoever's available.
Yeah.
And so she was like, she looked at she was, you know, she
Yeah.
kind of looked over.
Is that fair?
And she was,
Because it's your massage. Should you be looking at what I'm getting?
Right, that's like cheating.
Yeah.
ain't that a HIPAA
That's
violation?
it. HIPAA. Yeah.
So she said, oh, you check female?
Yeah.
I said, yeah. And she said, well, why? I said, I
You don't feel comfortable. Yeah. Careful when
He's
you
supposed to fall asleep. He's supposed to just went to sleep. He's supposed to fold his arms at that very moment, dog. Ain't no good explanation for that.
This where
Yeah,
you,
but I'm
this,
try-
this where you push Quest.
Yo, not Hitch.
So shout out to Quest, man. We had a drop from Quest, man. He's hilarious. But listen, I go back. I'm like, so she's like, she just kind of was like, And I was like, I don't really know what that. I'm confused. So y'all help me out now. I'm not, you know, hey.
That's tough, bro.
Yeah, no, I just, you know what I'm saying? So we went back and the whole time I was kind of like laying down thinking like, shoot.
Did I mess up?
Yeah, did I mess up? I'm like, E, help me, bro. You the pastor. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if
I'm just saying these sound like double standards. You know what I'm saying? Double standards, bro. What's good for the goose is not should be.
Oh, bro.
Yeah,
So I was just like, hey, I don't know. And she was just like, so.
There's nothing wrong with you having a preference, you know, but you don't want her to have a preference.
No, I was
no,
going to
I'm good.
ask, right?
Okay.
That's what you gotta ask,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Are you cool with her getting?
Oh,
You just not cool
Have
with
at
you.
it.
You
Let me
just
tell
not
you
cool
something.
with you.
Yeah, no.
Having an option.
She can have,
So see, hold on, dog.
Denzel could be up in that joint just going, I'm good.
So you okay
I'm
with
straight.
Dennis St. Jacques coming
I'm
up in
good.
there? Okay.
I'm good. I'm good with any of them. All of them. Go for it.
You
'Cause
just
first-
feel like you should have a preference.
Absolutely. That's all I'm saying.
No
But she
question.
put
Well,
on
that's fair.
hers first available. You know what I'm saying? You
No
know, kind of like
question.
when you go to a restaurant and they say you want to
No
eat
question.
inside,
But
outside.
I'm saying, what
first
if you
available?
could get a better actual experience?
Part of the experience is you not having your manly hands.
That's when it's time to just go to sleep, dog.
You know what I'm saying? So I was
guess,
just trying to
I
figure
guess.
out. So I don't know if any men out there have ever had that experience when you go for this couple's massage. But like I was just like, yo, I'm straight. So I didn't know if it was fair or foul.
And I don't know because we've never filled it out. every time we go, we just do first available, and that's what we end up doing.
So, how's it feel? How's it feel?
First available has always just happened to be.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
He looked around the room first.
I didn't. I just put my
First
hand.
available. All of a sudden, some brolic dude come out like, I'm first available. His whole name is first available.
Hey, he's a professional,
I'm first
bro.
available.
Oh, hey, it's a massage, bro. He's available.
Oh,
bro.
we was in Costa Rica. We was not looking for first available.
But here's to our point though. We never asked. We never wrote nothing down, put nothing down.
I forgot to tell you. Oh man!
You forgot to tell me you did it for all three of us.
I forgot to tell you.
My boy.
I was gonna tell you earlier in the day when you had mentioned going down.
You went down there without telling me. You went down there.
I went for an ice run
and made a preference for all three of us.
I went for an ice run. It didn't work out
Felipe,
exactly
you hear this?
how I figured. All right, cool. Y'all want to do a podcast?
I'd love to.
Oh, man. Welcome to Secret to Success Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Joined by the squad here. And, man, we had a heavy conversation last time, man. We just, for real. Winners win, losers lose. And we talked about that, man. And I know, we got it
There we
up
go.
now.
There we go.
Hey. Nice. Of course, one of E's more famous quotes. I don't know if E actually made it up, but we'll claim it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know that.
But as I was, we kind of took a break here, and I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm going through my notes, and I'm like, wow, you said something deep. Let me read it. And it was, you said, don't be jealous of the haves, learn from the haves, right? And so I want to make it a little bit more tangible, right? Because I think one of the things people say is like, yo, I can't get in your circle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds good, but like, it took more 5 years to penetrate the circle. You know what I'm saying? Like, Josh, it took him years to penetrate. Now it's like we're all here, but it's not just like we said it before. You can't just be like, yo, I want to be in y'all circle and let me just get the exposure, right? We got programs, you can get around the circle, things of that nature, but help us, I guess, from a tangible standpoint and what you guys were able to do in order to put yourself around the haves. Because I think people, I promise you, have Diddy get me a bucket. Go get it right now. I got a couple dollars in here. I'm about to get the insurance bucket ready. But here goes the thing. We got an insurance bucket around here, Maul. We actually got to put in.
I'm like, okay.
This might be a 20 spot. You know what I'm saying? But what happens is, I think when you're not in the haves, you look at the haves and you go to them, you just start asking questions. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there we
God.
go. Insurance
put it right
bucket,
there.
y'all. Put it in the middle.
Anytime. Yeah, let me throw a 20 in there right now. Just to, you know what I'm saying? Just this. So, okay, E. So feel me. Okay, so man, how do I say this? I already put the 20 in.
Put the 20 in. Go.
Just go for it.
Just say it. Yeah.
So, people. Okay, so people. Okay.
You might need to put 50.
Put 40.
You might need 50 in that joint.
Yeah, put some more in that joke. Yeah, just put whatever you got in your pocket.
You're struggling
Put it
right
in there.
now.
Yeah.
My man gonna call me.
There you go. You feel me? There you go.
Nah, people look at the haves and now it's like they turn into leeches.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they like, Ma, can I have some of your time?
Yep.
I just want to pick your brain.
Yep.
And I don't know if people understand, but that's like nails on a chalkboard to somebody who's doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know how to tell people to get around that, but like, Ma, you probably get it all the time. Man, can I just get a half hour of your time?
I'll take you to lunch.
It never takes that long. I'll take you to lunch. And it's all of these things, and I'm
Be
like,
easy for me to go to lunch on my own.
I promise you.
It'll be way easier.
I promise you.
Yeah.
Because it never is as long as they say.
Right.
And then it's like you want to call.
Say that again. No, say that part.
It's never as long as you say.
because that's manipulative.
Oh, no question.
Yeah.
You're like, yo, let me just get 5 minutes.
Right.
But if I stay on the phone with you for 2 hours, you're going to stay there. You're never going to cut it off.
Yep.
And so I understand what you guys are saying about being around the 1% and getting with the 1%. But I think the real problem is people don't know how to be around the 1%. You know what I mean? We talked about that before, but we didn't talk about it in the sense of how can you get around the 1% or put yourself not even with the one. Here go the crazy thing. I don't think you need to get with the 1% if you're not close to the 1%.
Right.
No. I'm
levels.
saying it's levels.
It's levels.
So I'm saying in Mario Brothers, before you go to level 5, you got to beat level 4.
Yeah.
And so some of y'all trying to go straight from level 1 to level 5.
That's a cheat code.
No. I'm saying, I no disrespect. A gentleman came up to me and said, "Can you listen to my podcast?" I said, "Oh, you got a podcast?" He said, "Yeah, bro. I appreciate, I listen to every one of yours." Shout out, he's listening right now. He knows exactly who I'm talking to. He said, "I listen to every one of yours. I just want you to listen to my podcast." I said, "Cool. How many episodes you got done?" He said, "Bro, this the grand opening.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
This the first one.
First one.
Just want you to listen to it, get your feet
for the first one.
First one."
That's that look.
You know what I'm saying? First one.
The B-boy stand.
Bruh. And so I said, hold on, let me get this straight. Now, what episode are we on now? We just did
This is 199.
199. We coming up on 200. Can we do something? Can we do something
We'll
special
do
for
something
200?
special. Get a bigger bucket.
Yeah, we got 200. Yeah. I'm talking
y'all in
about.
there.
I need a pool.
We going hardcore on 200. Everybody getting it.
But he said to me, he said, "Can you listen to my podcast?" I said, "How many you got done?" He said, "1. It's the first one." I said, "So you mean to tell me I got to go 200 straight to get people to listen to mine? And you got to do 1, and because you saw me and you happen to bump into me, that's your chance to make me listen to your first episode." I said, "Bro, you about to waste my time for an hour, and you might not even do an episode 2.
Right.
I don't even got to know that you did an episode 2. You did the first one." And so there's a problem with people trying to skip levels, and we've talked about it before, but I think we need to revisit it because you thinking, okay, I need to be around. It might not be time to be around Maul in that regard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you might get your feelings hurt trying to be around Maul in that regard right now. You want to learn from Maul, but you don't want to just be kicking it with Maul, and Maul your homie right now. You can't keep up with Maul right now. And I think people are hesitant to find that person that's just above them. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. They don't want to look to their immediate circle. They think, well, everybody around my hometown not really own that, or I don't really have anybody. And I think there are people there, but you going, I want that without doing this. And so I just wanted to go back, E, because you said be around the 1% or the halves, if you will. Stop kicking field goals. But how do you get around them? Like, how does somebody endear themselves to you?
Okay, so Maul, he was the one that always talk about the football thing and the exposure. But Maul, we talked about how many books within a month I've sold versus the other books. And what I did different with this book, and I'm going to show somebody how to do it, I sat down and said, "Hey, E, instead of writing a book for millions of people who you don't know who they are in the first place," you know what I'm saying? If that makes sense, Maul. You said, "I want to sell millions of books." Okay, who are you selling 1 million books to? That means you may have to sell it to 1 million different people, which is almost impossible. Just to be honest, it's impossible. So I sat down and said to myself, okay, E, if you want to get in the school district, because you say you want to be in the school district, 1%, what do you need to do differently than any other book you wrote? And I sat down, Maul, and said, you need to take care of the needs of one particular person. Who is that? So I thought about students and was like, that's going to be rough because students don't necessarily have money. Then I thought about teachers. I'm like, that would be cool, but teachers don't really have that kind of money. I was like, you know what? I can write a book that will make a superintendent look sweet. Like I can create I can literally solve one of the problems that might be the top 5 problem that a superintendent would have. And by solving his problem, he gonna love me and he gonna want me in his circle, or she gonna want me in their circle. And that's exactly what I did. I sat down, talked to all my teacher friends, went online, talked to superintendents and was like, yo, what's the biggest, give me the top 5 challenges that you're having. And when they gave me the top 5, one of them was, that I knew was mine, was the disconnect between, they like, yo, E, we just got kids here, they don't even want to be in school. Like they just come, they don't do well on these standardized tests, and we know they're not stupid, they don't care about these tests. Like it just don't make sense. Like they don't want to be here for 180 days. How can we get them engaged? I was like, I got it. So the first thing I did was wrote Cartoon Boys. I'm like, yo, don't write no book with, you know what I'm saying? Like don't even make sense to write a book that's academic in nature because these kids don't want to be there. So I did the Cartoon Boy, and if you notice, like, I don't know if people know who this is, but Iggy is really Nikki. So I just started using real people. That's Nikki. You ever seen her with her hair backwards with all the hair? Yep. I'm in there, got Jalen in there, right? And so I started thinking about the people in my circle. I started thinking about C's personality, Carl's personality, my personality. What's his name? Mustafa's personality. And so I wrote a book about real people and their real challenges and what they really go through in life and why they wouldn't particularly care for school. And then I come in there and spoke to them and boom, gave them an assessment at the end so they can execute at extreme level. And then the test is going to show teachers why Dave ain't really about school, why Iggy don't like school, why Sydney don't like school, why Courtney don't like school. And now you got the test and I can train. And they was like, genius. We've never had a book so simple, but yet, and that's how now I got superintendents all over the world calling me and buying books in bulk. I got my man Dean Stevenson, who was the dean, same thing. He was like, I just text him, like, I'm coming to Nashville. I'm coming up there for free. What you want me to do? He's like, yo, I got to book a group of leaders on campus, and I need them to take the school to the next level. I sit down, give them the test, give them the book, go through if they're a D, or I, S, and he like, yo, in an hour, how could you? And so now it's like, I need to buy so many books. I might eventually get him to buy books for every student that's at the university. Why? Because I didn't go in it like, yo, I want to be with the 1%. I went with, what does the 1% need right now that nobody else is taking care of? And how can I make their job better, keep them in their job, keep them making money, and keep them at a place where they feel like, because most of the time when you get to that level C, they got most people taken from them. And I was like, what can I add add value to their life?
Yeah, say that again.
You feel me?
Say that again.
Well, most of the people that come to them are looking for a job, looking for insurance, looking for a 401k, looking for benefits. Like most of the people that go to superintendents or leaders in school are asking, what can the institution do for me? And I went, yo, what would it be like if I actually took care of this dude and told the dean, this is what I told him. I didn't even know it, Maul. He's not a dean anymore. He's the VP now. But here's what I told him when he was a dean. I will be the one person in your life that's going to help you keep your job and blow up at your job. So whatever you think ET can do to do that. So of course, when he became VP, he's like, I'm over all the leaders now. Did you mean that? I said, I meant it. All I'm asking for is for a room and a group of students. CJ taught me this one. I'm already going to Alabama A&M. Instead of flying into Huntsville, I'll fly into Nashville. I'll speak for you for an hour for free. I finished. He was like, ain't no way he called it a generosity war. Ain't no way you gonna come up here and do all that for me and I don't do something for you. I need books. I need you to come back and do training. And guess what he said, Maul? How you getting to Huntsville? I was like, I don't know. He's like, I'm driving you to Huntsville. Okay. And so now there's a war where I went, spoke to his students. His students was like, yo, you know E.T.? So then we get pictures with all of them. Now, they saying E.T. came, bruh, and I'm just learning to see the way you get into certain venues is not to see what you can get from them, but see what value, and not just value, meaningful value. Don't go like C said, walking around, I want a whole bag. He don't even carry a bag, all right? And if I do, I make Didi carry it. No, that's not.
So let me just say this, because I really want like people to get through this stuff, and I want you to really think. And I was on the phone the other night. We had our game changer call, and I was on the phone, and I told them the crazy part about this circle is, do you know nobody has ever spoken on stage with us who's asked to speak on stage?
Wow.
Think about that.
Wow.
Do you know how many people have asked, yo, can I open for ET? Let me speak with ET.
I couldn't even imagine.
Not one person who's ever been on the 1%, take control, anything we've ever done has come on, and they never asked to come on, right? So I say that to say, to E's point, when you can find a gap and fill a gap, or when you can take away stress, what does Josh say? Yeah. Either add value or take away stress. It's the two ways you can endear yourself to the 1%. I promise you. So let's just look at our own circle, right? So I swear, just as you sitting here talking. So let's look at E. When I saw E, I saw somebody who was dynamic with the message, right? E could speak. There was no question. This gift E got, he been had it. I saw it and I was like, whoa, that's dope. I never came to him and asked him, can I be your right-hand man? What I did was I saw the gaps and I went, ooh, he just rolling on solo. Like, he just kicking down doors. He don't have no strategy to it. He don't really have like a system to it. So if I can come in and add value, then I can be a part of this team. Carl then came in and was just like, I'm here to do whatever it takes. Carl was like, bet, I'll do a brochure. He picked up on all the things that E and I didn't want to do.
The big, let me just jump in.
Yeah,
The
go for
biggest
it.
one was, again, ego speak somewhere, dude. And I'm like, there's no way this message could just die in this room. So just 30 kids in here heard that and 2 teachers? And no way. So literally, to C's point, I went back to school. I went back and did a master's degree in video production because I really want this thing to grow. It has to grow outside these 4 walls. Like, that's the value that I knew I could bring. So I'm like, yo, I got that. It's a done deal.
So then you say, okay, well, Josh is a part of the circle. Josh hired E to come speak and then did consulting work for us free for years. I was calling Josh like, yo, what you think? What you think? What you think? Just adding value. Never said.
Oh, don't forget the gear. Remember, Josh said gear, hats, the logo.
Josh came up with the logo.
The logo came out from Josh.
Josh came up with the logo. I was like, not Josh, but one of his staff.
So just adding value, right? Let's look at Maul. Maul never asked to be on this podcast. Maul never asked to be on this stage. What did Maul do? Maul came to every single event.
He showed me notes on his phone today from the book. I don't remember Maul at the boot camp. I'm serious.
Hold on. Oh, yeah, no. I remember. Here go the thing. Let me tell you something so crazy.
The first boot camp. Do you remember him then?
Yeah, I don't. But I remember
Maul.
I was sitting in there.
First boot camp.
Hey, y'all, that goes to
Is it McDonald Kiva?
Yeah.
Erickson Kiva.
I was sitting off
Erickson Kiva.
to the side. I got the crazy part was, and I showed C the other day, and I just showed Carl today. In my book, everybody that I'm connected to right now, I was taking notes.
Crazy.
I got notes when Carl spoke, him and Kenny. I got notes when C. And then on my notes with C, I don't even know why I even put this.
You know.
I have because I wasn't trying to be no speaker. Hey, that's an inside joke.
That's the
But I wasn't even. So I'm about to get this bucket. Let me get my money. Hey, matter of fact,
put your money in the bucket. That's all.
Put your
We don't
money
need
in
to
the
take bucket.
Hey, I don't. You know what? I didn't carry any cash on me.
Put your whole wallet in
We
there.
just got credit cards in there. I'm about to let it ride. We just about to let it ride right now. We just about to hold on.
Let it go. Let it go. Put all of it in there. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? That's about a $500,000 right
That's right. Let's go.
But yeah, I took notes, and I mean, man, speaking things in existence, bruh.
Yeah.
You know, I promise you, I didn't know I was gonna be part of the squad. I didn't know that I was gonna be on a team like this. But I wrote down about 5 years ago, I wrote down about that I need to change my circle of influence. And then I wrote down seek mentorship from CJ.
Bro, I was tripping when I saw it. I was like,
bro, my wife showed me, she was going through cleaning out stuff. It's like, man, these are old books I got from the first conference also in Connecticut, Hartford, Connecticut. I took notes.
That one too?
That was the first one.
That's when we met.
That's when we met. And the crazy part about it, you might not remember this, but that's when I came with my son.
I remember that part.
And then, and then you pulled me to the side and was like, man, bro, because I was telling you about my wife couldn't make it. She had to take care of some business at the daycare. Something happened. And then you was like, man, well, let's make her a video. CJ took my phone and held the video. You had me in the video with my son, and we did a video together. 5 years later, we on stage together. Wow. Oh, that's
and here go the crazy thing. Still never asked.
Never asked.
He wrote down seek mentorship from CJ.
And never asked you for mentorship.
Let me tell y'all something.
I wasn't even trying to be a speaker.
The craziest thing about Maul, I went and pursued Maul.
Wow.
Look, I gave Maul my number. Now, you know how it is at the conference. You give somebody your number, which I don't do anymore, so don't ask. And okay, I'm a D now. No, I'm just saying, because I got to respect my own boundaries now. But what happens usually is if I give you my number, you text me 17 times before I even make it out the door. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you calling me at awkward times. And I remember I gave Maul my number. I was like, yo, hit me up. And I genuinely meant it. Yeah. And he never hit me. And then I saw him at the next conference and was like, yo, let me give you my number. He was like, oh, I got your number. It's the same number. I'm like, oh, okay, for sure.
Use it.
Right. Another conference, no call in between. He there. So I'm like, okay, clearly dude rock with us, but I don't know why he ain't hitting me up. So I called him. And I randomly, I was going through my phone. I don't know if I was close to the J's or whatever, and was like, because it said J Chicago, because I remember you said you're from Chicago. So I was like, I put your number as J Chicago. And I just called. I was like, yo, what's up? I was like, this CJ. He was like, what up, man? We just talked for a minute. And I'm trying to tell you what I'm saying is, you cannot, the 1% whatever people you looking to be around, you have to relieve stress or add value. I can't tell you how many people call me and you heavy.
Yeah.
Like you heavy.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you call me and I done turned into a therapist. I don't even know you like that. Like you think you gonna endear yourself to me, you call me, hey, bruh, taking it one day at a time. You like, what?
Heavy.
Here I am living.
Right.
I'm trying to get to it. I'm trying to bust it down for my fam. I'm trying to get to it, do my thing. And here you come. Oh, man, shoot, it could be better. I'm like, what in the world? I'm like, yo, you just heavy. And so I don't think people understand that in order to be around those people or endear yourself to people not even us, it ain't about us, people in your own life who you just would like to spend some more time on or learn from, you can't be heavy.
Right.
You gotta be the opposite. You gotta take stress away. Like that's how I got around E, for real. I was around E and I just started looking and I was like, yo, that person come and everybody put their problems on E plate. E, oh, my wife, my husband, oh, my grades ain't good. I'm about to get kicked out of school. Oh, I was like, wow. I'm like, yo, everybody come at E with a problem. I'm like, yo, how is he relieving any of his stress? Who helping him just be like cool and just take pressure off him? I was like, all right, cool. I'm never bringing any problems to E. To this day, how many problems I brought you? To this day. No. Have I ever called you and been like, yo, Candace told me she's about to leave? I bring him no problems.
You know what else?
What else? Exactly. I'm just saying, if I did have a beef with my girl, I still wouldn't even hit. I'd be like, hey, you know what? I wouldn't call. I'm talking about, you know how you got to like break glass in case of emergency?
Yeah.
I still got E in the glass. I have never used him for that because I know, man, he got so much going on. He's human. Like, I don't even want to bring that to him because then if I become another parasite in his life, another leech that's just taking, yo, E, can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? I get on that other list of I'll get to it when I can.
Right.
And I put people on a list quick.
That's a
so
long
listen,
list.
if you call my phone and I don't answer, it's because you don't own me.
And it's to your point, it's not even with even bringing a problem. Sometimes it's about respecting my time.
Your favorite Netflix show gets canceled before the second season. You draw last pick in your fantasy football draft. You're roused from your sleep by the construction outside your window, the one day you can sleep in. Listen, we can't change those things, but Clare Bank is changing one unfair thing: how hard it is to get funding as an entrepreneur. They know it's scary to put your house up as collateral for a bank loan, and how scary and time-consuming it can be pitching to investors, not to mention giving up pieces of your company if the investor likes it. Clare Bank believes that funding can be easy. Clare Bank has created a new way for founders to raise money without tapping into their personal resources. They can fund you anywhere from $10,000 to $10 million in a single day. All you need is to fill out their 20-minute term sheet to get started. Clare Bank works with e-commerce companies, SaaS companies, and yes, mobile apps too. They have funded thousands of entrepreneurs and are on track to invest over $1 billion in 2019. As a special gift to our Secrets to Success podcast listeners, qualifying companies that get approved by Clare Bank will get an additional $1,000 of capital. You heard me correctly, an extra $1,000. To sign up, visit clarebank.com/success. That's clarebank.com/success. CLEARBANC. That's bank with a C.com/success. Clare Bank. Stop pitching and get back to doing what you love. That's growing your business.
Oh, no question.
It's about respecting my time.
No question.
He gave me his cell phone number, I promise you, before you gave me your number.
I'm an eye now.
And right. He just
he used to give his number out from stage.
I'm an eye now.
And I promise
555.
He was happy too. I didn't even ask him. Hey man, take my number down, bro.
Yeah.
But I never called him because I know he busy.
Yeah.
I just know he busy, and I know he gave me his number.
And you busy.
And I'm busy at the same time. But I know he gave me his number out of love, kind of like, man, what's up, bro? But it's not meant for me to just blow him up and take time away from his wife, his kids, his business. Come on, man. Respect. Dog, respect that person, man.
Get it out.
Let's go, man.
Get it out.
Let's go, man. That man, you know what I'm saying? That man got a family and stuff. And so I respect that. Yeah. So if you're going to connect with the 1%, Respect the 1%. Respect they hustle. Understand that they got a family. Understand they got a business. Understand
Maul
that.
respected the 1% so much, he didn't even know I wasn't even in the 1% back then. I'm like, what you seeking mentorship from me?
No, but he knew though.
I'm trying to hold on to
but
something.
he knew. But
He knew
walk
I
me
was
through it
headed
though,
to the
Maul.
1%.
Yeah, walk me through, Maul.
That vision.
What did you do between wanting to get mentorship, wanting to be in a different circle, to actually making it happen? Like, what are some of the things that you can go back and tangibly do? Because you were already in the 1%.
Crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You was already in the 1%.
Maul was already a millionaire coming to our
Yeah.
conferences.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but you, this is what people have to understand, there's levels to the 1%.
Right.
So you was like, financially, I'm in the 1%.
Yep.
Now I want to be in the company of 1%.
Yep.
You feel me? What were some of the things that you did from the waiting period to now? I'm sure there are a couple things that you have that you could say that's 1% that you may not have had 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, just really my training, man. So in between that time period, I was working on me. I'm talking about like physically, spiritually, mentally, financially, trying to be the best version of myself. Because I knew when I did connect with y'all, and even if it wasn't you guys per se, but just somebody else, I wanted to not be a crutch.
Right.
I wanted to come in like, man. So by me working on myself and not looking for you to verify me, not looking for you to verify comments. You know what I'm saying? Not looking for you to big me up as far as my income or anything like that.
Right.
I was like, what could I bring to the table already? So I didn't know, man. Look, you never know how God is gonna position you. You never know where you're gonna be at. Yeah. But the thing is, it's not a matter of if it's going to happen, it's when it's gonna happen. Yeah. Will you be prepared? Yeah. Will you be in a position where people look at you like, oh, you the last man coming off the bench? Or they look at you like, wow, man, bro, you
off the bench.
You fit, man. You
about
fit.
to put
You
it
about
in.
to, you about to dominate. And then when you do that, when you position yourself and you work on yourself, other people notice that. Yeah. They notice it and they bring you. Like I told you, I never in my life thought that I would be speaking. Never in my life. But my wife had to remind me every single day. I listen to motivational speeches for at least about 3 hours.
Right,
I listen before I wake up.
Right.
I listen. And while I was at work, matter of fact, I used to, all day at work, I had little earplugs in my ear and I'd just be listening to E. I'd be listening to Les. I'd be listening to motivational speakers, even if it's a minister or something. Yeah. And so unconsciously, I think I learned the tempo. It come natural, just by unconsciously doing it.
You put in hours of studying.
I put in hours of studying. I remember you guys were telling me about, and that was one of my notes I took at the conference, about 10,000 hours. That's what you talked about. About becoming a master or something, about how much time it takes. And so I put in my 10,000 hours, not of speaking, but of listening to speakers.
Development. Hey, watch
By
this.
development.
I heard this thing the other day. Somebody asked, and it may sound simple. Don't think deep. I got a cup of coffee in my hand, right? Yeah. You bump into me. The cup tilts. What spills?
The coffee.
The coffee spills. Why does coffee spill? Like, don't be deep. Just answer.
Because you bumped into it.
No. Why does the coffee?
Inside of it.
That's what's inside of it.
So
to what
GED,
you just
I was
said.
a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? With the GED
Don't be
boy,
deep.
I was like, okay, he said it simple.
So watch this, Maul. And again, people miss it. And I heard it, and I was like, oh. The only thing that can come out of you when you pushed, when you agitated, when anything happens is what's inside of you.
Carl, come on.
So you get into the environment where you want to be or whatever, and you don't have what you need inside of you. What's going to come out? All the stuff that you put in. So that's all that can come out.
That's why, because what I'm hearing when you say that, dog, is that's why you need to be careful because, if you're in the right circle, and you have something inside of you that's not part of that circle, then you're going to get exposed.
Yeah,
it's going to come out.
You're going to get exposed.
It's going to come out.
Oh, and trust me, some people been exposed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real.
Everybody ain't with us that can't. Everybody's not with us that started with us.
Yeah, and it had nothing to do with their skill level.
And I'm not even saying nothing against them.
Right.
I'm just saying in terms of where we're headed, the reason why I get excited is because, C will be like, yo, E, you'll grind like, yo, C, you don't have to understand. I want to stay on the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be sweet, but got to go to another squad. You feel what I'm saying? Like, there are people who have left, like who might have been dominant on their team. Now they with a new team. So they starting all over again. Like, no disrespect, but if Russell, I think it's Russell
Westbrook,
I ain't trying to be funny, but
Yeah,
They should have
people in
stayed
Houston
with.
don't know what you did.
I'm
They
just
not only
saying.
like you got to go there and put up.
You feel me? But here's why I'm laughing, because I'm like, you and your boy back together again, and I know that don't got nothing to do with them because they're not their owners. But shoot, if everybody was gonna stay together, everybody should have just stayed together. From the get, you get what I'm saying? From the get. Now he left. Now y'all two back, but now y'all got to start all over again from scratch, building momentum or whatever. So as one of the team members, I'm geeked 7-8 years. And we got all this momentum, and I'm still not only on the team, I'm still with the momentum. You feel me? Because like you can go to another team, but you gotta start all over from scratch. You gotta get a new house. You gotta get, find out about that neighborhood. You gotta get comfortable in that stadium. You gotta get comfortable with the owners, the VP. Like I work in the NBA and the NFL. Like it's not just the dudes that play together. You got the security guard. You got the people that's feeding you. Like, bro, you starting a life all over. So for me, I'm making sure I put the right thing in me. Because if somebody gotta go, I say this all the time, everybody not gonna stay with us. But I don't wanna be one of the people that leave. Like I wanna be on the Bulls. I wanna be Michael Jordan, who stayed. Mike got a statue, United States. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mike did go to the Wizards at the end.
But he did, but
No, he didn't.
No, he did. That wasn't Mike.
That was an impersonator.
Yeah. And know this though, Mike did that because he wanted to own a team one day.
That was a strategic
move. So I'm just saying, for those of you who are listening, don't ever think you at a place where you don't need to start or you don't need to keep putting the right things in.
No question.
So you can stay on the squad. Because all of us can be replaced on any given day at any given time. So I want to encourage those of you who might be like on the squad. Like if you on the squad and you stay on the squad, you got to be like geek because you still on the squad. Like you've done something to stay there. And for those of you who are on top, don't get it twisted, but I can count how many people started with us in 2000. Shoot, I can show you magazines where we marketed and the people on the magazine ain't still on the magazine, bro. So it's real. Yeah, it's real. So I just want to know, what do you do in the interim when you're waiting, whatever? Even Carl, you could talk about it. You weren't always with us. And you with us. You could talk to some people about what are some of the things you felt like you tangibly did to stay on the squad and grow with the squad as the squad has grown. You talk about the degree first of all.
So I'm saying my cheat code is being an S. So being an S, like a high S, like I do have C teases me all the time, but I'll be honest with y'all, my superpower is learning things quickly.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a situation where like, I can see that, they don't do nothing with computers. Let me learn that quickly. Yeah. This sucker came in here, I don't know how long ago.
Right,
like
the whole soundboard.
The whole sound stuff, this new podcast, I have the ability to learn things quickly. Not saying that they learn things in their lane quickly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
This is what I learned right here.
Right.
Carl made me a look.
And I learned to stay on the mic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's real, but
Carl, like, look, you got 8 buttons, and here go what all of them mean.
You hit that one, that's
I'm
the sound
cool,
that come
and they
out
color
of it.
coordinated for me.
But to your point, like I'm strengthening the things that I know I can do. Like as of now, C got me editing again. I ain't edit in I don't know how long.
Fire.
Back.
I don't know how long.
But better than me and him.
But
Fire.
It's been a minute, but now C with the right, for real, just looking at and a conversation C and I had, C's like, your skill set, who you are, the things around you, boom. Like this is for real. And again, I can learn quickly. I heard it, I received it, I agreed with it. It wasn't just like, see, he's a D now. He bullied me.
Right.
But it was like me hearing it. I see it. I receive it. Boom. Now I'm about to go into a place where for real. And I'm saying this with all humility, all confidence.
Come on, Carl.
Come on, man.
Come on, Carl.
Come on.
Yeah, get the bucket.
I'm serious. When the next set of stuff that I do comes out, y'all will know that I did it. Let me say it like that.
Absolutely.
Just you will know that I touched it.
Yeah. That pit bull we talked about on the last one.
Come on, Carl.
That pit bull we talked about on the last one. Going in knowing I'm going to finish it.
Right.
It's done.
Put my stamp on it.
But that's what it's about, adding value.
Yeah.
And see, most people, they don't think about how can they add value. They thinking about how can they take away or get something.
Yeah.
That's the difference
And
maker right
they
there.
don't even see it like take it. It's just, because my wife will say sometimes, why you think somebody would come? I said, sweetheart, why do flies go to, I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? I'm just saying, why, Ma? Because it provides nutrients for them. So I have to tell Didi all the time, stop tripping. Why you think people come to you? Because you add value. Why would I go to people that don't add value? It don't make sense. Why would I go somewhere? She's like, why did they ask me for money? Why would you ask somebody who can give you money? She's like, well, I gave it to him the last time. Well, why would I go to somebody who never gave it to me? I would keep coming back to the person that gave it to me. But you have to be disciplined as the person that's going to a source that is vibrant.
Oh, no, you told me a long time ago. I was like, man, people just, running over my time. He said, yo, you keep giving to him. He said, let me ask you a question. If you went to an ATM every day and all you had to do was go walk up to the ATM and push enter and it spit out $500, when would you stop going? I said, never. He said, exactly. So that's what I was just trying to say. When I tell you I don't answer my phone, I'm not an ATM machine. You can't just withdraw anytime you get ready. You can't just be like, boop. Like there are probably the people in this room and about 2 other people who I'm going to answer my phone or text you back every single time you hit. I'm just let you know. More, you hit me the other day, I couldn't answer. I said, I'll call you right back. And if you need something, I'll jump off right now. But there's very few people I'll do that for. And I think people, they get their feelings hurt. They get upset, but you taught me a long time ago, like, dog, if I have no boundaries around me, like, yo, people will murder your time. And I'm telling you, this is for somebody I'm talking to you. You too heavy. People don't want to be around you because you're too heavy. Like, whatever's going on in your life, get a therapist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, I
say
that in all humility. Like, dog, don't call me and dump all your, like, have you ever, you could be in a good mood. Somebody will call you and be like, man, you could tell by their voice. You like, man, let me just answer. I'm on the way to get some coffee or something. I'm in the car. This is a good time to answer. Hello? Man, just, everything good, bro? Not really. You like, oh my God. Like, I'm sorry I even answered the phone. And I'm like, dog, I don't think people understand. Like, you don't endear yourself to people like that. You make yourself expendable.
No. Here's the thing. This is what you got to get. You got to get help, right? You got to learn. So, Maul, God is good. We didn't know it, but we suspected that somebody stole Jalen's Final Four ring because we couldn't find it. So it was like, sometimes when you moving, you got people that are whatever. So we got a call from the police the other day where Jalen got a call. And they was like, yo, we got your Final Four ring. Right? And I was tripping like, wow, that's big. So y'all please listen to what I'm saying. So what happened was somebody who found it is a person of boundaries. You feel me? They're a person of boundaries. They understand boundaries. And they looked and saw, this does not belong to me. This belongs to Jalen Thomas. So they literally, they didn't even find it in Lansing. It wasn't even in Lansing. So the person did their homework. I don't know how they found Bug, but they actually got to him and was like, yo, we got it, and give us an address. We're going to put it in Federal Express and get it to you, right? So here's what I'm saying. So you have 2 types of people. You have one group, when they find something that's of value, even though it does not belong to them, they don't know how to take care of something that's of value. So some things that are of value, you're supposed to use. Some things are value, you have boundaries. And he said it with the horse. It does not belong to you. You feel what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of y'all can't blow up. So let me give y'all a real example. As a speaker, as a leader, as a shepherd, there are people, Maul, who share with me and give things to me of value that they wouldn't give to anybody else because I am a high I. I understand boundaries. So I don't take, even though somebody would come to me at their weakest moment and share some of their weakest things and make themselves vulnerable to me, I don't take what does not, you feel me, Maul? I don't take that from them. I don't go, you know what, you weaker than me. It's like C said when he was young. As a high D, he bullied the bully. So the reason why God has elevated me is because I don't take things that don't belong to me, because I can. So there are people who got money that I could go to right now and talk them down and be like, yo, I need X, Y, and Z. You never hear E going, I need money. Why? Because I'm not going to use my influence in a negative way. So there are people that you haven't blown up because you will take things that don't belong to you and you will go further than where you're supposed to go and you'll stay longer than you're supposed to stay and you don't respect stuff. So to Maul's point, I gave Maul my number because he may need to use it. But Maul knows even though the ATM machine will spit out money, it is a malfunction in the ATM machine. I can't keep going and taking money out.
Yeah. Exactly.
Now, can I go and take it out? Absolutely, because it will allow me to. But is it right to do it? No, it's not right. And here's the bigger piece, Maul. I actually got elevated long before people knew me in the world. I got elevated by my boys because my boys would leave a wallet. I don't know if it was on purpose or it was not on purpose, but the next day they come, I'll be like, yo, bro, here go your wallet with all the stuff in it. So my boys start trusting me like, yo, he ain't robbing. Or the one I love the most, Maul, is that my boys would be like, hey, my girl coming in from the airport, can you come pick up my girl? Now, some dudes wouldn't trust other dudes with their girls because they knew, but because they saw I was faithful to Didi, and when I would be around them, I wasn't trying to talk to other women, they entrusted me with the stuff that was dearest to them. Now, as adults, they call me about their kids. Can you get my son in his school? Or can you take my son's film and show it to a coach? So what I'm trying to tell y'all is, you think that you're getting over by getting over, but you're exposing yourself. When you call and you're not supposed to call, you're exposing. You telling me who you trust.
That's it.
You telling me. You feel me? And so to Maul's point, you're exposing yourself when you overuse the number.
Yep.
You're exposing yourself when you overuse our network. You're exposing yourself. So I think Maul actually blew up because over the years, we found out who he was, specifically C, and C was like, whoa, this dude can be trusted. So the reason why I don't want you on stage is because if you get on stage, some of the women in the audience who are hurt, who are going through transitions in their marriage or with their boyfriends, you gonna get on stage now and use that influence to manipulate them. And we cannot let you take what we've built up and tear it down. So we spent years with Josh trying to really get to discover who Josh was. Now let me tell y'all how Josh blew up. Josh didn't blow up because of me and Josh. Didi and Bear got close. Didi and Bear when they would travel, go get dessert together and have conversations together. So as I'm looking at Bear, I'm looking at, whoa, Bear is a phenomenal kid. Bear has respect for Didi, respect for me. So Josh must be a good dude because his seed, his fruit, you will know a tree by his fruit. Then Josh must be solid because his kids are solid. So then when his wife and my wife was like, oh, she cool, Heather cool, oh, Didi cool, it was like, oh, I could trust this dude. You feel me? And so now Josh is in the inner circle and Josh is not going to steal people's money or having side conversations. And so when I put you on and you trying to get a deal without me, I'm like, oh, okay, I see what you're about. You're not about the family.
And the crazy thing is when you come on like that, when you come in with that like manipulative spirit, like we know what your intentions are. You know what I'm saying?
Show up. It always show up.
You know what I mean? Like we can tell real quick what your intentions are. There was somebody who, I'm gonna just be real. They came on and hosted like a guest lesson in BU. And then the next thing I knew, they were trying to sell like $20,000 coaching packages. I'm like, yo, what you doing? I'm like, come on, sis, what are you thinking? Like, you trying to upsell my people like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't even do that. You know what I'm saying? It was a mistake in my this was 5 years ago. But just to your point, man, people come on and they got that poverty spirit of, hey, give me. You know what I mean? It come on. And like I said, to me, you can just endear yourself to people by just either adding value or taking away stress,
and
dog.
everybody need it. See, here's the deal, Maul. I don't care who you are, CEO, NFL, NBA. I just had one of my NBA clients the other day I was with, and he had a dude walking with him. And I was like, I get it. You in the league, bro. Like, you need a bodyguard. You probably gonna make some crazy decisions. You might be clubbing. You need a dude with you. You know what I'm saying? You a teacher. You a father. You E.T. the hip-hop preacher. Everybody has, I got a son, bro, who a high D. You know what I'm saying? Young. So I need all the D. I got Ant on him. I got C on him. I got Maul on. Like, he a young D, bro. And so I need help with my son. I got a daughter. I've got people in real estate. Terica, my daughter, like, I love Maul, but Maul a dude. You know, my daughter, like, I want to work with a female. I'm like, all right, cool. So I need help. I can't help her in real estate, but that's what she wants to do. You feel me? So I got people in a circle who I trust enough to say, yo, this is my daughter. You feel me? Like, this ain't my whatever. This my only child, my only girl. You feel me? And so we all need help. And so instead of coming to the game with gimme, yo, for real, you probably get more by really taking care of a person's need than you would coming in with your hands out.
I just remembered. So there's a company that reached out to sponsor my wallet over there. Put it in there for me.
Come on.
It's somewhere over there. It's somewhere over
Carl
there.
wallet.
It's in the jacket.
They reached out to me and they wanted E to be a part of their product.
Yeah.
Right? E's thing was, yo, I have some people in my circle, in my family that would really benefit from this product. Like, for real. Like, Jada being one of them. Like, my daughter.
Yep.
I hadn't heard back from them since.
Wow. Because they just want me to do it.
What are your motives? I'm just saying, if you want to be down with E, who better to help? And E was like, yo, I think Jada would really benefit from this.
I knew she would.
So I'm like, hey, to be honest, I don't know that this is ideal for E right now, but he's super excited about having his daughter do it. And if you can get with his daughter, there's an opportunity.
Give me the crickets.
Give me the dial tone.
Yeah.
I haven't heard nothing back yet because your motives are, yo, I want E to help blow me and my company up. This not
I
mutual.
want to bless your, yeah.
I'm not trying to help E out.
Yeah.
But I think when you get in a position, man, I always say, blow yourself up before you blow yourself up.
Break that down.
Blow it on a t-shirt.
Blow yourself up before you blow yourself up. Before I even got to this position, like, and some people, I done heard all kind of stuff. People ask me, like, man, like I was just a police officer. I wasn't doing nothing. And CJ just took me out the gutter. Oh, no. And he just dusted me out. CJ man. We was just talking about this. Hey, they was like, wow, like Eric Thomas was homeless, and CJ dusted him off. And you were a minimum wage. You were a minimum wage cop. And CJ dusted you off from a minimum wage cop.
I was a 3, you was a 0.
I'm telling you, dog.
A wise man once said, never let facts get in the way of a good story.
Hey, we just blessed to be here, dog. You know what I'm saying? But the thing
Somebody
is,
had to save y'all Negroes.
but the thing is, I was focusing on blowing myself up. Meaning I became a millionaire in 4 different businesses before I came around and became another millionaire with ETA.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So blow yourself up.
If you want to be around the 1%, be someone who the 1% wants to be around. You know what I'm saying?
Like, and that could mean so much.
There's a lot of nuggets today.
Oh yeah,
that could mean so much.
Listen, man.
It's not be a millionaire.
No,
it could mean so much.
Man, it's so many people, bro, who I love being around who may not be doing well in their own. Jamie right here. Jamie set this studio. Bro, I love being around Jamie. I would never not answer Jamie. Like, Jamie called me right now. I answer the phone. That's my dude. Like, Jamie has an energy about him.
For sure.
Did you ever tell Jamie you wanted this studio when we was building this?
Never.
I know. I never said nothing to him about it.
I never said nothing to him.
Added value.
Never asked him.
Listen to what I'm saying. He talked to me about it.
Right. Never said nothing. I didn't even know he was building this particular studio in here. He said we were going to build ETA offices.
Right.
He never said nothing about the podcast studio. But I'm saying in general, listen, even if he didn't build this or do stuff like that, which he does, like Jamie just popped up at my mom and dad crib one time. Me and Kemp was there with a bunch of salmon and just like put it on the door and like knocked on the door and dipped.
Bounced.
You know what I'm saying?
Drive
like,
by.
No, I'm just saying, like that's the kind of dude Jamie. And when you see him, like, yo, he just make you feel good. I got other people I see, I'm like, oh, here we go. Yeah. It's either they either need some money.
Yeah.
They down on their luck, and I gotta carry you. And I'm like, man, that gets taxing. Like, yo, I got a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old and a whole wife who only wants me to get massages from men. Apparently, it's a whole thing. My house is in turmoil.
Shambles.
And, you know what I'm saying? And you want
Kansas,
me?
how dare you?
And you're right. And you want me to sit up here and listen to all your problems. I'm like, my man, I'm proud. And you grown.
Yeah.
You grown.
Yeah.
You older than me.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro.
Okay, you might as well just say his name at this point. I mean, you're getting close. You're getting close, bro.
Hey,
Carl, we're going to edit, Carl.
I'm going to call him right now. He's not home. So, no, but it just gets taxing. And so I really, like, seriously, if you at home right now, wherever you at, like, just ask yourself, like, man, am I heavy? Like, am I somebody?
Let's do it real quick. Let's go around round table. You looking at the phone. Let's talk about.
You trying to get it. We might as well shut the studio down.
Let's
We're
talk
going to have to
about.
put up Maul House as collateral in a minute.
Let's look at Maul when you
I
look
go
at the
through
phone.
your phone and talk and say who answer, who don't answer.
You feel me? So let's not do that then. Let's just do characteristics then. Maul, we'll start with you. Give us a couple characteristics.
Hey, look, can we let the drop play all the way? Listen to Quest.
Yeah, that's bad fun.
So Maul, let's give me a couple. You look at the phone, not people, but characteristics where you go, I'm not answering that. What's some of the things that people have said or done that not?
Start with the low hanging fruit. Yeah. Somebody you know.
Which one?
No, I'm just saying somebody who gonna call on your phone instantly and be like, "Yo, I need to borrow a couple dollars."
Oh yeah.
You like on the block list.
Yeah. I mean, that's number one. I get hit with that a lot. You know, people just asking for money, and it's just like, bro, like I worked to get to this position.
And I can't give it away.
I saved, I sacrificed, and you was just frivolous with your money. Yeah. And you talked about me at one point in time. Ooh. You called me cheap. Ooh. You was like, Jamal don't ever want to spend money on nothing. Yeah. But now all of a sudden,
you want me to spend it on you.
You want me to spend it on you. so that's number one.
Good. Give me another one.
Another one. Because actually, man, I would rather, and real talk, I would rather a person go ask me for money than my time.
100%.
I got you.
When you because I can make the money back. Matter of fact, I make money every hour, right? Every hour, 24 hours a day, I'm making money.
No question.
But my time, bruh, once you take my time away, I can't never get it back. My kids, I think, C talked about how his son, you know how Trey is growing every day. Clothes, he buying them new clothes and stuff like that, and he can't see him grow. So when you asking me for my time, you're asking me to take my time away from my children, take my time away from my wife, take my time away from myself. So that's the one, man, when people say, man, let me, and then they say, and they always say, let me take or let me borrow, let me have like 10 minutes of your time.
My favorite is pick your brain.
You
just write these down. If you're doing these, stop right now, and it's going to elevate your game. All right, Carl, give me a couple.
So I was going there.
Me and Carl just worked through this about 3 days ago. I said, Carl, you know you don't have to answer your phone, right?
Good. So he's fresh then.
So I'm talking about fresh.
Then about 10 people hit me. Was like, yo, you heard from Carl?
Oh, I'm talking about shut it all down.
Carl took it to heart.
Yeah. No. My thing is, if you call me, you do, and here's the problem. You do know that I'm busy.
Yeah.
You do know my life. Yeah. Even if it ain't work, I do have 2 kids. I got a wife. My parents are with me a lot of the time. All right. When I pick up the phone, when I look at the phone, I know you're not the person that's going to ask me a question and say, bet, hang up. I'm struggling.
Love it.
I'm just being real.
If you're going to be dragging out,
if you're going to be dragging it out, like serious,
minutes.
or tell me, hey, let me know when you can talk.
Yeah.
All right, give me, like that's a different thing. But like in the middle of the day, you're calling me. I guess people assume that we don't work. I don't know where they get that concept from. But you call me in the middle of the day, you want to have a 30-minute conversation. Like I don't have that kind of time. I promise you. And even if I did, I don't know. This is how I want to spend it. That's number one.
And it's dangerous for Carl, too, because he ain't the one to just hang up on you. I'll tell you flat out in a minute, I got to go. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever been on the phone with
so
a person,
Carl on the phone for 3.5 hours, like,
Right.
And of course, that's changing now.
I'll be like, yo.
But you was asking something?
No, I was about to say, have you ever been on the phone with a person and they asking you something? You give them your advice.
Yes, and they want to still give their own boy.
It don't make sense. Why did you call me? Why are we wasting 30 minutes on the phone?
You're getting checked off the list if you're listening. You're getting checked off the list.
You jump to the next one. The next one is somebody that calls 3 or 4
We ain't going to have no listeners
people.
next week.
Oh, it's over. It's over. We got the bucket.
We ain't going to have no listeners next week. Next week, welcome to the podcast.
It's that person that you've already asked 2 or 3 other people for advice.
Right, and then you call
And then you calling me asking my opinion when you know what you're gonna do anyway. You know what I'm saying? So those are 2 of the big ones for me.
Oh yeah, no question. That's the biggest thing is I told you a long time ago, people hit my phone and talk for 30 minutes straight and then be like, man, appreciate you, bro. You just added so much to my life. I'm like, bro, I ain't say nothing. And so E, for you.
So for me, it's
and listen, if you get put on E's ban list,
it's bad, bro.
It's bad.
Because let me tell you something.
It's over, friends.
E will be in the middle of speaking. I'm talking about in front of 5,000 people. And if he want to answer, he'll be like, see, take this, come get the phone, take it out in the hallway and tell this person, I'll call him right back. Because he don't want you to feel like you got, so if you getting ghosted by the hip hop preacher, let me tell you something.
Oh yeah, you terrible.
Hey, elementary school kids got E number.
No question.
Bruh,
And they can text me.
Oh, no doubt. If you getting ghosted by E, may God have mercy on your soul.
So that I can round it off, it's not mutual. So if you calling me and you called me 3 or 4 times and each time I had to do something for you and you didn't do nothing for me, then I'm ousting you because it's too much work. Like the relationship is just over. It's just, I got
3 strikes, you're out.
Yeah, it's just too much work. Number 2, when you call and you only talking, you calling and you talking, like you ain't, I can't say nothing.
You remember that? See, like I watched E on the phone, and E would literally sit the phone down and have
question.
conversation with us. And I'm talking about 5 minutes,
talking.
no exaggeration.
They don't know I'm
5
gone.
minutes.
Yeah.
And they don't know E gone. And E just looked at the phone. Yep. Put it right back down. Continue talking. Crazy.
Yeah. So those are 2. You call me talking about something that has no value to none of us. You talking about you gossiping, or you talking about somebody else's problems, or you talking to me about a problem and you don't want no solution for it. I'm killing it. It's over. It's dead. Number 4, I give you advice and you don't take it. It's over. Don't call me no more, because apparently you already know what you need to be doing.
You ain't did nothing with the last 8 pieces of advice I gave you.
Yeah. And then final one, if I told you that I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you thought I wanted to talk to you at 3, I'm killing you. Don't ever call me again. I told you I was getting up at 3.
No boundaries.
Yeah, I told you I was getting up at 3. I told you I was praying and you hit me up to tell me, E, what's up? I know you up at 3. I'm killing you. That's it. That's my time with God. You being disrespectful, whatever. And here's the final one. You read the assessment, you get trained in the execution, extreme execution.
That sound like he
boy,
need insurance.
and
This
you
is too new. This
and
too
you
new.
know
You going too specific now.
It's too new. You need insurance.
You feel me? And you know I'm a high I, and you try to call me and read the script off, I'm killing you. Like you like E a high I. So he like to be affirmed, and you call me like, E, man, I'm just calling to let you know, man, I'm affirming you. I'm cutting you, bro.
Reverse psychology.
Reverse psychology. I'm killing you. Because there's no genuineness. Bro, there's no genuineness.
How to win
friends. I was just thinking that. How to win friends.
I'm cutting you if you read the book, but didn't learn how to read the book. I'm cutting you, flat out. Again, simple. You don't add value. You take. That's all the stuff we said. If that's you, the way to turn everything around is to start asking yourself authentically, don't send me no T-shirts. I don't need no more T-shirts. Oh, here's the other one. If you give me your book and tell me take a picture with it and you know I never read it, I'm cutting you at this point. All right? I'm cutting you.
All right, real quick, before we wind up though, I do want to give a few practical strategies, or just let me say this practically, because I know we got a lot of feelings hurt, and I want y'all to listen to next week's podcast. We're going to talk about money.
Feelings hurt, but you're going to make more money though.
Yeah.
You're going to be in the 1%.
So I hope that we made clear that you don't have to add value financially.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be a sweet speaker.
No.
You don't have to know how to do sweet tech stuff.
No.
We're asking whatever gifts God bless you with to try to bless us with.
Yeah.
And that's what all of us have done. Like, I don't care what, like Jamie can cook really well. My dad can cook really well. So what does my dad do? He goes up to Sexton, my old high school.
Yeah.
My pops goes up to Sexton and cooks breakfast. Yeah. I'm talking about takes a skillet to Sexton and makes pancakes and eggs for the students.
Yeah.
Bro, that's his gift. My pops ain't.
Where'd you put that box?
My pops
It's right outside.
My pops ain't got to do that. He trying to use his gift to serve. And again, find out what your gift is, master it, and bring that to the table. And if you could bring that to the table, people want to be around you, dog.
Hey,
people would love to be around you.
Let you go first.
So I just want to show real quick. So C was talking to me about one podcast I got in the car and was smashing some.
We heard all we heard in the background was a little squirrel.
and he asked, and I was like, yo, I'm hitting these Cheeto Puffs. That's what I'm doing. And somebody heard about the Cheeto. Now, I'm not asking you to do this. Please don't do this. But a college student that attends our church, college student, no, they ain't got that bread like that. I get a box. I'm like, what is this? I didn't even see this. This is the first time I saw the Frito-Lays. But it is a box full of Cheeto Puffs. And I love it because she bought the little small bag, right? And again, this is probably not the best gift in terms of my health, but I'm disciplined. I've had 2 and they've been here for a month. So the boxes, if you guys
get in that mic, get in that mic.
If you can see, the box is still full for everybody want to make comments.
How many times did you refill it?
I never refilled it.
Meyer right down the street.
Hey, I really only had 1. I got the second one today, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't get the second one. But I got the second one today.
But let me say this, though. Yeah. Blow your mind. Whose daughter is it?
It's Jamie's daughter.
We just talking about
it's Jamie's daughter. College student.
What did you say?
No.
The fruit don't fall
the fruit don't fall too far from the
you
tree.
Just like, bruh.
Yeah.
I'm saying you could pass that taker spirit onto your children, or you could pass the giving spirit onto your children. Jamie done picked up on what her father do.
Yeah.
She done picked up on it, and now she done sent E something because she know the game now. She know how to play the game, and she in college. And I'm telling you, some of y'all who taking, some of you take, your kids watching you, and they become take.
So E, I was gonna bring up Eddie. I thought that's what you were telling me.
That was good.
Get the applause, Eddie. And let me just tell y'all this: y'all are listening to this podcast, and I'm not editing the podcast. We got a dude that his skill set. Eddie, shout out to you. His skill set is audio engineering. That's what he does. Eddie's like, yo, I got you. Just send me the podcast. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. I send it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It go out on Thursday.
One time we finished
the Detroit Lions. He said it the Detroit Lions time.
Field goal. We kicked a nice little 32-yard.
I'm just saying, like, that's his gift, and he using it and bending over backwards. Eddie's telling me, and I'll share this, like with the video, we were having an issue syncing. Eddie's like, yo, send me what camera you're using. Like, I'll research it. He's doing everything in his power to add value. How long do you think it was before I was on the phone with him and his wife with the assessment?
Oh, quick.
I'm like, yo, I gotta add value to you because what you do, like you blessing this whole community with your gift. So I don't even know if I can monetarily take care of you for that. Like I gotta do something that's more important than that for you because what you've done with your gift is now changed the world.
That's it. That's it. Does he speak?
Eddie don't say nothing.
Is he a real estate mogul?
No.
He don't rap.
Does he dunk?
No. Right. I'm saying he's using his gift.
What he has.
And again, we talked about that. Stop looking over at other people's stuff going, oh,
what
man.
Does he give?
Oh, of course, Jamal can be around him because he a real estate mogul.
No.
Nah, bro, you can be around anybody who circle you trying to be in if you bring your gift to that circle. But you in desperation. You desperate, as my brother E like to say.
I love
you desperate.
You desperate.
Right? You desperate. And so what happens is, again, you get desperate and you just go take. And you forget that you got a gift.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get back to knowing you got a gift and get back to taking Organifi.
First
right?
call,
The Superfood Green Juice powder that the whole squad is on. Organifi.
This is for Organifi. We gonna empty the bucket with Organifi.
Organifi, the Superfood Green Juice powder, man. Shout out to them for keeping us right, keeping our health tight, right? If you want to look like Maul, drink some Organifi, all right? This is
drink 2 of them.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm not drinking enough, y'all.
Believe it or not, he does still drink it too. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Organifi, man, for being our sponsor, title sponsor of this podcast. Always doing a great job, keeping us loaded up, keeping us healthy, man. That's health is wealth, and we appreciate that. We also want to give a big shout out to our newest sponsor, man,
Yes, sir.
CapitalInvestLLC.com.
Reg, what it do?
Listen, man, they sponsoring the 1% in 2020. They sponsoring the podcast now. They sponsoring the Make Real Estate Real. They just rock with what we do, man, and we rock with them. And so, listen, man, if you're in the D.C. area, Capital Invest is the go-to resource for real estate investors in and around D.C., all right? Capital Invest provides education, networking opportunities, and mentorship, all right? To support the company, make sure you go to CapitalInvestLLC.com. That's CapitalInvestLLC.com. Go check them out, y'all. We appreciate it, and I appreciate the sponsorship. I do have 1 or 2 questions if y'all want to do them, or Ed, you got to go.
Well, I got 10 minutes. We've been an
got 10
hour
minutes?
and 10, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So another 10 would be an hour and
So
20.
we can go ask ET. I got quite a few here that are built up.
When you come back to the hate mail, I like that.
Oh, hate mail? Y'all want some? I mean, we got it. Don't get me.
I mean,
don't
not
get
this
it
week
twisted.
when we
got
time,
it.
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. We'll go. How about next? Not next podcast. The next.
All right.
Let's see. Somebody said Jamie in Minnesota said, "Thank you guys so much for the podcast. I just started listening a few months ago, and now I'm working my way through all the previous episodes. Quick question: who does ET go to for advice?"
You said for advice, the community, right here.
Depends on the problem.
Yeah, it depends on the problem. But I keep it right here in my community. I mean, if I got doing real estate, I call Maul. You know what I'm saying? Like I got people right inside this circle. Like I keep it within the family. We eat our own dog food.
Sir Darian in Athens, Georgia says, ET, when you create content, do you have one group in mind that you're targeting, or are you just giving a general message?
No, I have generally a group. So if I'm, going to Michigan State University, of course, it's students. Depending on what time it is, it's like beginning of the school year, middle of the school year, end of the school year. When I go speak to corporate, I'm thinking about, corporate people and what are their challenges. So I usually do have an avatar, when I'm presenting. Yep, I do. Makes it easier, because I got content all in my head, but when you have an avatar, it gives you a focus.
Ishmael said, "Hey,
Ishmael, rocket."
Ishmael. He said, "Hey, fellas, need you guys to settle a debate between me and my best friend. We both listen to the podcast and love it. Wondering what you guys thought was a better show, Martin or Fresh Prince?"
I'm Martin all
Definitely
day. I'm
Martin.
sorry.
Martin is
Martin
the
all
original.
day.
Really?
Definitely Martin.
I don't even watch the Fresh Prince when it first came out.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It's
Martin
reruns.
all day.
I love Will Smith. Everything my man touched is next level. I just felt like I didn't really understand the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air like that. I really did.
Man, y'all.
Marty,
I didn't have a rich Uncle Phil.
Yeah, I promise.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And no cousins like that.
What you say?
I say Martin for the originality of Martin. Like Martin was groundbreaking.
Funny.
Wow, I don't know if I could just let y'all bury Fresh Prince that
We
fast.
didn't bury it.
We gotta
We
choose.
gave us
Burying
a
it.
choice.
We gotta
I
choose.
feel like, you know
Bury
what?
it.
Only reason I might say Fresh Prince, I feel like, first of all, Martin fell off when Gina left. Like,
Well, I
it got
don't even
real
remember
bad.
that. You talking about?
Yeah,
It got
crazy.
real bad after she
Yeah,
left.
but we talking about.
And that might only been a season. But Carl, fact check. How many seasons was Fresh Prince and then Martin? Because I feel like Fresh Prince was out forever. Like, remember, Fresh Prince was still dope when he went to college. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were
I never knew it was dope, to be honest with
Oh,
you.
Fresh Prince. Oh, come on. It's a
It
little,
wasn't on the level of Martin.
y'all got a little age
It
on
was
me, though.
more.
You
It
know
was
what I'm
more on the
saying?
level of like Jamie Foxx.
Y'all was don't let me throw Saved by the Bell in there. Y'all really, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, I was with E when he's talking about good times.
Wait, you don't know Saved by the Bell?
Exactly.
Oh, no question.
You don't know Saved by the Bell?
I never watched it.
Yeah, we heard of it.
What?
Yeah.
I watched a couple.
Saved by the Bell?
Now, here's what I want to do, though, because
Oh,
what
my
people don't
God.
realize.
5, Fresh Prince 6.
Oh,
Okay,
really?
so that was there. But here's what people don't realize. This is not a debate between podcast. When we go here, this is where the hidden CJ being white comes out, and people don't understand that's what's going on. That's all. They don't understand that's what's going on.
friends?
You know what I'm saying? Like, he like Saved by the Bell. That was seeing his
Saved
cousin.
by the Bell.
No question.
Hey, I'm hey.
No,
But a lot of you boys in the hood were watching Saved by the
a
Bell.
white thing?
Oh, it has
Bro,
to
Saved by the Bell.
be. Bro, we was watching
Lisa
the Jeffersons. We was watching the Jeffersons.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Good times.
No, we might have
Lisa
done
Turtle?
Different Strokes.
Oh, yeah, right.
No, I did catch a little different
I know
strokes.
you would have loved Different Strokes, bro.
Right.
Yeah, now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. Yeah, no, come on, I'm on that.
May not work for some.
There's a man in the bar.
Webster. Yeah, I ain't know nothing about Webster.
We know about Webster.
We know about
We got Webster.
Okay. But no, hey, man, I got y'all write in or in the YouTube comments, Leave me a comment if
Please.
Saved by the Bell was a white thing, because I could have swore Lisa Turtle.
Who is that? I know Wheezy Jefferson. Wheezy, you know what I'm saying?
And when people say, E, man, what's wrong with your leg? E, why you walk like that? I'm like, ooh, it was the Jeffersons, bro. I still I thought I was doing something, bro. Sweet Willie, you know what I'm saying? I got caught up on that. Oh, wow. See, Saved by the Bell. Okay.
Oh,
no
man.
doubt.
Zach Morris was like my hero.
You just naming people.
Zach Morris?
Oh, man, yeah.
Bro, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, my bad. I'm gonna go back and watch it, though, because I want to be able to relate.
I'm hurt.
Hey, let me apologize.
You
The camera
should.
stopped, y'all. Y'all only got the first half.
I'm hurt.
On here?
Yeah.
No. I'm hurt.
The card that you
Card
had,
probably,
you probably
yeah,
had some other stuff on there. It was
Dog.
a 128 gig though, so I thought
No clue, dog. Seriously.
Wow, Zach Morris, huh?
No, never heard
Slater, AC Slater. Wow. Jesse Spano.
of him. Never heard of him.
Who? He know the
Wait a minute.
name.
Is this the
Kelly.
thing that's got somebody named Screech?
Yeah,
Screech is
Yeah,
the-
I heard of
oh,
Screech.
There you go.
Screech is
That's the only person I heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah, Screech.
Wow, see,
and that's
you
only
knew
because
it,
I had
knew
a
it.
kid in my
Oh, bro,
class,
no, listen,
and they said
every-
you a Screech looking cat. That's it. I said, who's Screech? And then they showed a picture.
Wow.
Yeah, I
No
ain't-
clue, dog.
I watched it, but I ain't know it like that.
it?
Yeah, I'm
There's
pulling
no
it up
black
right
people
Kelly
on there.
Kapowski.
Kelly Kapowski. Wow. You know with the GDC, I couldn't even pronounce that. I couldn't. But I do know the one guy that's in there. Now when I go to the hotels, he on all of the hotel stuff.
Yeah.
He on all the
Slater.
hotel
Yeah, he
stuff.
blew up. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He
yeah,
blew up.
yeah.
Everybody's doing big things. And then they did have Saved by the Bell the college years, and then it wasn't quite the same. You
How
know?
many episodes was that?
That was about a season.
Right.
About the last
Okay.
We was watching Steve Urkel.
Yo, okay, Family Matters.
Family Matters
that
up
was a
there.
classic.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
classic.
the whole TGI Friday lineup was really a movie. Hey, I guess again, I was born in 82, so all my 36, 35,
question.
37, I
Maul
need y'all
right
to
there
know.
with you though, Maul 40.
I'm 42, bro. I'm 70. Hey, I'm the 70s, bro. We was doing the bump.
Hey, I've
Carl,
been
we-
teasing. I'm 79. I've been
Wait.
teasing to
doing
Michelle
the
all the
bump.
time.
Back of that.
When is Carl's birthday?
Oh, next. Now.
he right there.
Here now.
Wow.
What day your
What is
birthday?
it, 17th?
The 23rd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About to join the 40 club.
Wait, your birthday is, oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, right
Wow.
now. Hey, it's just gonna show you. I don't even know. I ain't trying to be 40. I ain't
Oh,
want
it's a beautiful thing, dog. Lifestyle is
Happy
40.
birthday,
let's
man.
get it.
40
Wait,
years
You
old.
never broke into your 40s.
Shout out to
You
Carl,
always
man.
have in multitude.
We sitting here.
Is the
Hey,
40s the best one though? I
was
got
for
no,
me.
no.
I think,
It's been the
no.
best
I
for
would
me.
say yes.
It's
The
been the
reason
best
why I
for
say
me.
You
yes,
just told me you had to soak your feet in the ice bucket after you spoke.
okay.
that's
saying,
because
bro,
I'm trying to
speaking of me
run
had
with
nothing to do with
that's
your
me.
feet.
Listen. Even when I was 21, I would have had to soak my feet in the bucket,
that's football
running
stuff.
with the ET,
Yeah.
the hip hop preacher.
Yeah.
So that's a whole nother podcast. But dog, at 40, it's the only time in life. Like when you hit 20, you hit strength, right? As man strength. But you ain't had no money. When you hit 30, you was just finding out about yourself.
Yeah, you getting into it. But
You getting into it.
Yeah, your whole 30s wasn't sweet.
It wasn't sweet.
Yeah, your whole 30s
Because
wasn't sweet.
you realize,
Yeah.
like, man, I'm growing old. I ain't in
Yeah.
my 20s no
Yeah,
more.
let me
You
settle
got a
down.
different, let me settle.
Let me do-
yeah.
yeah.
So it's a lot of stuff happening to you. But at 40,
Oh, it's all
that's
good.
that's the
It's all
time
good.
when everything come together.
That's the time.
That's the time, bro.
Feel
That's
like
when your
that
strength, you ain't
love.
gonna never, check it out, you ain't gonna never be smarter and physically strong like you are right now. This is what the time
Oh, so
when
40
it all
is when
come
you
together.
get that grown man strength?
That's what, no.
When you
Your hands just be all rubby.
Right. That's when you, and you got the mind to go with it, dog. I'm telling you, that's when it all clicked together for you at 40.
Let's go.
It's a different kind of focus, dog.
Yeah.
Different.
Feel like I'm at a nursing home.
a paid nursing home, a wealthy nursing
I
home.
feel like I'm at a nursing home.
1%
1%
nursing home.
It's a grown
1%
man.
nursing home.
Hey, if you too want to be in part of the 40 club, call these guys up. Listen, man, appreciate y'all listening. Phenomenal Life Mexico is going down. Listen, if you want to come to Mexico with us, Maul will be there. E will be there. Carl will be there. The everybody 40 and up will be
in the building.
In the building.
We have a 40s party.
I'll
Let's
be
go.
there holding it down for all
Carl,
my
you can
Saved
come.
by the Bell fans.
Yes, please.
I'm about to, somebody call Josh right now because he, as my other white compadre, I need to find out if he was on
Josh is
Saved by the
watching.
Bell.
I don't know. Josh is
probably
different kind of. Yeah.
Josh probably watching Different Strokes.
Yeah.
But okay, but yeah, no, check us out, Phenomenal Life Mexico. We definitely want you to come check us out, man. Be a part of what we got going on. And I think is that all the announcements we got?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I appreciate y'all joining us. Hey, man, listen, man, if feelings been hurt, just, give us a shout, man. We love y'all. We'll see you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might.